For today's Read Aloud, we're going to be working on a chapter book. The chapter book that I have today is a Magic Treehouse book. It is actually Magic Treehouse book number 3. This book is from my childhood as well. I don't think that there's a name in... Oh, there is a name in this one. It actually has my brother's name on the inside, meaning that was probably one of the books that we shared as kids. The title of this book is called Mummies in the Morning, and it's by Mary Pope Osborne. You can see that we have, looks like a cat going into what looks like a pyramid. You can see a pyramid in the background, and 2 children. If you've read the Magic Treehouse books before, we know that this is Jack and Annie. Even on the back, you can see that we have the tree, and it looks like it goes all the way down. You have the long ladder. This book is a grade level 2 or 3 book, so it's a 2nd or 3rd grade book. It's a guided reading level M. And the genre is going to be, I would say, historical fiction, mystery situation. It's mainly a fiction story. And we'll go ahead and start doing some reading. We're going to be reading chapter 1 today. It says, Chapter 1, Meow. And we can look, there's some artwork here. Looks like we have 2 kids down there. You can see up into the tree house in the books. And I believe that's the only picture, so I will go ahead and I'm going to read it facing me. Maybe I can try and face it. It's still here, said Jack. It looks empty, said Annie. Jack and his 7-year-old sister gazed up at a very tall oak tree. At the top of the tree was a treehouse. Late morning sunlight lit the woods. It was almost time for lunch. Shh, said Jack. What was that noise? What noise? I heard a noise, said Jack. He looked around. It sounded like someone coughing. I didn't hear anything, said Annie. Come on, let's go up. She grabbed the rope ladder and started climbing. Jack tiptoed over to a clump of bushes. He pushed aside a small branch. Hello, he said. Anybody there? There was no answer. Come on, said Annie. The tree house looks the same as it did yesterday. Jack felt that somebody was nearby. Could it be the person who put all the books in the tree house? Jack! Jack gazed over at the top of the bushes. Was the mysterious person watching him now? The person whose name begins with M? Maybe M wanted the gold medallion back, the one that Jack found on their dinosaur adventure. Maybe M wanted the leather bookmark back, the one from the castle book. There was an M on the medallion and an M on the bookmark. But what did that M stand for? Tomorrow I'll bring everything back, Jack said loudly. A breeze swept through the woods. The leaves rattled. Come on, called Annie. Jack went back to the big oak tree. He grabbed on the rope ladder and climbed up. At the top, he crawled through a hole in the wooden floor. He tossed his backpack and pushed his glasses into place. Which book is it going to be today, said Annie. She was looking at the books scattered around the treehouse. Annie picked up the book about castles. Hey, this isn't wet anymore, she said. Let me see. Jack took the book from her. He was amazed. It looked fine. Yesterday it got soaked in a castle moat. The castle book had taken Jack and Annie back to the time of knights. Jack silently thanked the mysterious knight who rescued them. Watch out, warned Annie. She waved a dinosaur book in Jack's face. Put that away, said Jack. The day before, the dinosaur book had taken them to the time of the dinosaurs. Jack silently thanked the pterodon who had saved him from the Tyrannosaurus Rex. Annie put the dinosaur book back with the other books. Then she gasped. Wow, she whispered. Look at this. She held up a book about ancient Egypt. Jack caught his breath. He took the book from her. A green silk bookmark stuck out of it. Jack turned to the page with the bookmark. There was a picture of a pyramid. Going towards the pyramid was a long parade. 4 huge cows with horns were pulling a sled. On the sled was a long gold box. Many Egyptians were walking behind the sled. At the end of the parade was a sleek black cat. "Let's go there," whispered Annie. "Now!" "Wait," said Jack. He wanted to study the book a bit more. "Pyramids, Jack," said Annie. "You love pyramids." It was true. Pyramids were high on his list of favorite things. After knights, but before dinosaurs. Way before dinosaurs. He didn't have to worry about being eaten by a pyramid. "Okay," he said, "but hold the Pennsylvania book, in case we want to come right back here." Annie found the book with pictures of their hometown in it, Frog Creek, Pennsylvania. Then Jack pointed to the pyramid picture in the Egypt book, cleared his throat, and said, "I wish we could go to this place." "Meow!" "What was that?" Jack looked out to the treehouse window. A black cat perched up on the window. The cat was staring at Jack and Annie. It was the strangest cat Jack had ever seen. It was very sleek and dark, with bright yellow eyes and a wide gold collar. "It's the cat in the Egypt book," whispered Annie. Just then the wind started to blow. The leaves began to shake. "Here we go," cried Annie. The wind whistled louder. The leaves shook harder. Jack closed his eyes and the treehouse started to spin. It spun faster and faster and faster, and then suddenly still. Absolutely still. Not a sound, not a whisper. Jack opened his eyes. Hot, bright sunlight nearly blinded him. Meow! And that's the end of chapter 1. So this book is a fantasy adventure of a brother and sister. It's on the same grade level as kids who would want to read it. That's how old Annie and Jack are. It brings these kids into the story, and it's going to take them on the adventure with them. And I think that's why the kids will really enjoy this book. I would say that the main idea or the theme of this book is to take yourself where your imagination wants to go. So Annie and Jack are taking their imagination into what we're assuming is going to be Egypt. Since we haven't read chapter 2, we do not know yet where they are planning on going or even if they make it there. But I assume after we finish reading the rest of the book, we would get to see some of those. I linked some discussion questions on my Google site for everybody to answer and some mini lessons to extend. So I would encourage you to read those and try and answer them. But that's all.